Right. Well, what I think is happening is that, the guys make that mistake and they end up building this friendship, and the woman thinks that she's got this friendship, and he's keeping his true feelings under the radar for so long. I mean, that is an interesting thing, and a lot of guys do want to get out of the friend zone with maybe a woman they've known for years. Have you found, or have you ever noticed an effective approach for a guy to transition out of that, something that he's maybe been stuck in for like 5 years?
Yeah, definitely. And it's what I teach men all around the world, is to be direct and ask for what you want. Even if you're 5 years into it or 2 months into it, you have to ask for what you want. So what you want is the girl. You don't want to be a friend anymore. You want a relationship with this woman who, who are you kidding? The woman knows that you're into her, but you're too afraid to ask. So it's not her fault if you haven't asked, and she's not going to make you ask or push you to ask because she doesn't know that she wants it yet. So again, what I tell men to do is be direct, ask for what you want, and if you don't get it, be okay with walking away. And that's the most important thing. It's that you have to know what your boundaries are as a human being first, and then as a man, and what you're willing to accept. And if you are willing to accept a friendship from her, knowing that she doesn't want you, then you are allowed to stay in that friendship as long as you have your eyes open to other women after that point, and don't give her the amount of attention you've been giving her in the past. But if you're not willing to accept a friendship, you have to be able to walk away. And usually when you do stand up like that, and you do walk away and take that type of attention and that type of love and caring for a woman, and can present yourself as a man, that becomes very attractive to a woman. And that's when she ends up falling for you and liking you.
Exactly. Now, what was it like growing up? Did you date much when you were younger, as a teenager?
Yeah, well, I dated all the time. I used to be a huge prude when I was younger, so I would kiss tons of boys and I would have lots of boyfriends. Yeah, so I definitely dated a lot of guys, and it got to be a lot more when I moved out to Los Angeles in 2003. So yeah, I've dated every type of guy out there.
Are you dating currently?
I am, actually. I just got engaged about a month and a half ago.
Oh,
so I've been dating a wonderful man for about 5.5 years, and now we're engaged.
How did he do it?
How did he propose?
How did he meet you? How did he approach you?
How did he meet me? How did he get me? He's actually the man that I tell everybody that they should try to want to be. For my entire life, I grew up in a small community, and I was dating a lot of guys, boys, and men who weren't self-assured, didn't really respect themselves. And because I was a stronger, more independent woman, I was able to feel in control most of the time, and they usually fell to my side or tried to please me too much, which is not a bad thing, but they would always tend to forget about themselves when they would try to please me instead of holding on to themselves. And the guy that I'm with now doesn't do that, and didn't do that in the very beginning. He was very confident and very comfortable in his skin. He's about 9 years older than me. He had a life. He was very proactive. He is the exact opposite to any guy that I've ever been with in the past, based on looks alone. Most of the guys that I've been with in the past were, around my height, smaller. I'd always been attracted to, kind of nerdy guys, and he actually was the opposite. He's about 6'3". He's a little heavier, doesn't look the way that I wanted him to look, but that kind of went away after the first time that I met him. But ultimately, It came down to his character. He's able to hold his boundaries. He doesn't give in to me just to give in to me. He assists me and helps me, and he's confident and very settled and comfortable with who he is. And that's what I love. I think it's the sexiest thing in the entire world when a person is who they are all the time and they're consistent.
That's good that, you said that. A lot of guys have that limiting belief that, I'm not good looking enough, or, women just want hot guys. And And I think it's interesting that you pointed out that he was not initially what you're looking for, as far as looks wise. Maybe, maybe you even dated guys that could have been better looking, but it was his character that you were attracted to.
Yes. And
so let's help guys like get rid of that limiting belief here. So just give me your perspective on, looks and what role they play and how a guy can, use his personality to attract women.
Okay. Well, I will tell you that this past weekend I went to a seminar called Understanding Men, and I already knew this already, but I learned how to put it in better terms. That men are single focused, which is fantastic, and women are multi-focused, and men respond to facts. So if a woman is attractive, that means she's valuable. Usually, that's what it means. For women, we are very different. We respond to feelings. So we feel things and then think about things. So for us, when we meet somebody, we feel them as opposed to just look at them and have thoughts about them. So therefore, a man can approach us if he has the right energy behind his approach. And the energy that I'm talking about is that energy I use to describe my fiance, the calm, cool, collected, self-assured, and self-respected energy. If he has that, then he transforms into something very beautiful in front of us. He becomes everything that we've ever wanted. We want that safe, secure